distinguished experts, scholars, and business leaders. I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to you for having me today to speak about U.S. support for Taiwan's self-defense capabilities and our work to maintain peace and security in the Indo-Pacific region. I also want to express my sincere condolences to the CNEC family on the passing of Secretary General James Ju on December 9. I know Mr. Ju played a key role in setting up today's engagement, and I'm grateful for his lifetime contributions to CNEC and Taiwan's economic development. It is an honor to speak to you today about how we are working to preserve peace, which of course is essential to prosperity in the Taiwan Strait and the broader Indo-Pacific region. Taiwan is a model democracy with one of the most innovative economies in the world and a key partner of the United States across multiple fields. Our shared values, deep economic links, and strong people-to-people ties form the bedrock of our friendship and serve as the driving force of U.S.-Taiwan ties. Our approach to Taiwan in pursuit of cross-strait peace and stability has been consistent across administrations for more than 4 decades. U.S.-Taiwan partnership is rock solid and enjoys bipartisan support in both chambers of Congress. It is also supported by U.S. law, the Taiwan Relations Act, which, together with the 3 U.S.-China joint communiques and the 6 assurances to Taiwan, make up our One China policy. Within this framework, TRA remains a crucial tool for ensuring cross-strait differences are resolved peacefully and free from coercion, and in accordance with the wishes and best interests of the people in Taiwan. This framework has also helped us advance our broader vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific, one that is connected, prosperous, secure, and resilient. However, as we face an increasingly complex and challenging regional and global landscape, we need to redouble our efforts to preserve peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. This is not just a concern for Taiwan. As Secretary of State Blinken has recently highlighted, the Taiwan Strait is crucial as a crucial node of international commerce. Nearly half of the world's container traffic passes through this important international waterway, while over 70% of semiconductors globally are produced here in Taiwan. Economists from Bloomberg have estimated that the cost of a cross-strait contingency could impact the global economy to the tune of $10 trillion, or roughly 10% of global GDP. Never before has global peace and prosperity relied more on a Taiwan that is secure, resilient, and connected to the world. For this reason, I have made strengthening Taiwan's security, resilience, and connectivity AIT's top 3 strategic priorities. Today, I plan to highlight the importance of supporting Taiwan's security. However, I would like to emphasize upfront 2 points. First, these 3 areas, security, resilience, and connectivity, are closely intertwined. Second, preserving security in the Taiwan Strait is not just a question of defense reforms or arms sales. It will require contributions from all sectors of society, including the business leaders here in this room today. As you know, the Indo-Pacific region is experiencing dramatic changes. The People's Republic of China's rapid military modernization, its provocations abroad, and repression at home are altering the regional security landscape. In recent years, we have witnessed the PRC attempting to intimidate Taiwan through its encroachment on Taiwan's international space and erosion of long-standing norms of behavior. The PRC is increasing its coercion of Taiwan through military, economic, and diplomatic pressure, deploying gray zone tactics through increased military activity around Taiwan, spreading disinformation, and engaging in malicious cyber activity and economic coercion. The United States is deeply concerned by People's Liberation Army provocation in the Taiwan Strait and around Taiwan. These aggressive military activities are becoming increasingly routinized and eroding long-standing norms. We will continue to call on Beijing to cease its provocative actions while simultaneously supporting Taiwan's efforts to bolster its deterrence and resilience. U.S. strengthening of Taiwan's self-defense capabilities is not driving instability in the region. On the contrary, the United States has and will continue to provide Taiwan articles and services to support its self-defense capabilities commensurate with the threat it faces from the PRC. One of the keys to peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait is credible deterrence. As the Department of Defense has noted, we do not believe an invasion of Taiwan by the PRC is imminent or inevitable. Our assistance to Taiwan is not to prepare for war, but rather to deter it and to create space and confidence for the peaceful resolution of cross-strait differences. Thanks to the steadfast and bipartisan support of the U.S. Congress, we have made significant progress in strengthening our security cooperation with Taiwan. Our swift provision of defense articles and sustainment through the Foreign Military Sales, FMS, and Direct Commercial Sales, or DCS, has long been essential for helping Taiwan maintain its self-defense capabilities, and we will continue to work with industry to achieve this goal. Since 2010, the United States has notified Congress of more than $41 billion in arms sales. The FY 2023 National Defense Authorization Act authorized the President to direct a drawdown of up to $1 billion per year in defense articles and services for Taiwan. The Biden administration's use of this authority reflects our continued commitment to help Taiwan maintain a sufficient self-defense capability. These provisions continue to contribute to cross-strait peace and stability. We are also working hand in glove to strengthen Taiwan's self-defense capabilities, and that includes security assistance to build partner capacity. Last year, we notified Congress of our first ever provision of foreign military financing, or FMF, to Taiwan. The grant funding prioritizes capabilities that Taiwan needs now, while supplementing Taiwan's own defense budget. We also strongly support Taiwan's own efforts to bolster defense through reforms and a commitment to increased defense spending. Taiwan's leaders since 2017 have grown their defense budget. From 2019 to 2023, spending increased by an average of nearly 5% per year and increased from 2 to 2.5 as a percentage of GDP. In August of 2024, President Lai announced that Taiwan's defense budget would increase by 6% in 2025 to approximately $19.7 billion. I'm pleased to see public and cross-partisan support for even higher spending levels in the future. Taiwan's 2022 realignment of its military force structure, including the extension of compulsory military service from 4 months to 1 year, beginning this year, and efforts to expand reserve, civil defense, and territorial defense capabilities are also invaluable contributions to deterrence. However, to deter conflict and face day-to-day gray zone challenges, whole of society resilience is just as important as military preparedness. In the last few years, Taiwan has made remarkable strides in becoming more resilient in the face of natural and man-made threats. Investments in broad crisis resilient capabilities, such as ensuring redundant communication systems, sufficient energy supplies, and medical readiness, are critical in building preparedness for any situation. We look forward to supporting Taiwan's whole of society defense and resilience efforts. The private sector has an equally crucial role to play. We are already coordinating with the American Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan on ways to support Taiwan's resilience and would welcome a similar partnership with CNAC and its member companies. As I mentioned earlier, connectivity is similarly critical to security to ensure that Taiwan is not alone in facing external threats. This is precisely why now, more than ever, Taiwan is working to strengthen ties to partners and friends. The concept of comprehensive diplomacy, which adds a focus on democratic values and economic engagement to the traditional foreign policy toolkit, is an important step to highlight Taiwan's values to traditional and new partners alike. It is also another area where all of you can contribute to Taiwan's security by working to deepen investment and trade with those countries who have joined the United States to assist Taiwan's security and expand its international space. The fact that so many countries are willing to speak publicly about the importance of peace and security in the Taiwan Strait and to provide direct support in areas like humanitarian assistance and disaster management significantly contributes to Taiwan's security. For our part, connectivity is central to the U.S. defense strategy. As Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin noted in his speech in Shangri-La in May, we are witnessing a new convergence around all aspects of security in the region, producing a stronger, more resilient, and more capable network of partnerships. This shift is defining a new era of security, propelled by a shared vision, underpinned by common principles, and a collective commitment to uphold the rules-based international order. The United States has made tremendous strides in deepening our alliances and partnerships in the Indo-Pacific region. For example, Japan and the U.S.-Japan alliance is at the center of our work to establish a latticework of alliances and partnerships that extend from the Republic of Korea, the Philippines, and Australia to India and NATO. The U.S., Japan, Republic of Korea Freedom Edge exercise conducted on November 13th is the most recent example of the inroads we have made in networking our alliance partnerships. The shift from a bilateral hub and spoke system to a more nimble multilateral network of alliances and partnerships has bolstered our ability to fulfill the U.S. commitment consistent with the Taiwan Relations Act to maintain the capacity to resist any coercion that would undermine the security of Taiwan. Economic security is another especially important aspect of national security. Thanks to all of you, Taiwan has emerged as a technological powerhouse and a key player in the global supply chain. Taiwan's cutting-edge semiconductors are the beating heart of the world's economy, and they are used in everything from vehicles and iPhones to computers and pacemakers. Advanced semiconductors and chips that Taiwan produces are also necessary for defense, including next-generation fighter jets and drones, satellites, and missile systems. But the chips that power prosperity can also be used to arm our adversaries. That is a major reason why the PRC implemented its military-civilian fusion strategy and is so aggressively building up its capabilities in areas like AI, quantum, and advanced chip manufacturing. It is also the reason that export controls and broader economic security measures are important to maintaining peace and why Taiwan must do its part to ensure that they are implemented. Our policies are not intended to limit the PRC's economic development or harm business interests of companies in the United States, Taiwan, or elsewhere. However, we must acknowledge that the short-term costs of enforcing targeted export controls are far less than the longer-term costs of allowing the PRC to obtain critical technologies that could be used to threaten security and regional peace. Given their dominance in many key areas of advanced technologies and manufacturing, Taiwan firms are the top target for countries like the PRC and Russia that are looking to erode our ability to deter conflict. Whether through cyber theft or illicit diversion of exports, these countries will spare no effort to obtain critical technologies needed for their defense industrial development. To close these loopholes, we look to you in industry to be our partners, which is one reason why we have assigned expert personnel to AIT to assist agencies and companies in understanding how to abide by our export control requirements. A final area related to security where we see opportunities to collaborate with CNAC and its members is on defense and dual-use industrial cooperation. Growing demand for military equipment around the world means that like-minded countries need to collaborate more closely on defense industrial production and related industries. In October, the United States, Japan, and nearly a dozen other governments announced a first-ever global consortium focused on unlocking new sources of supply and new opportunities for co-production and co-sustainment right here in the Indo-Pacific. The Partnership for Indo-Pacific Industrial Resilience, or PIPER, holds tremendous potential to strengthen the potency and durability of our defense relationships, creating economic and strategic win-wins. We can leverage Taiwan's impressive civilian manufacturing and technology sectors to further strengthen our defense industrial base. Taiwan's supply chain that makes possible every electronic device we depend on today can play a central role in both meeting the direct needs of the defense sector and bolstering efforts to reduce existing supply chain vulnerabilities. In September, AIT and the U.S. Department of Commerce's International Trade Administration organized a Taiwan Uncrewed Aircraft System and Counter-UAS business development mission to provide a platform for U.S. companies to explore market development opportunities that meet Taiwan and global demand for UAS and CUAS. Given both supply chain concerns and the security vulnerabilities that UAS systems can present, there is a rapid growth in demand for UAS products sourced from reliable partners like Taiwan. The United States and Taiwan are especially well positioned to meet this challenge. In conclusion, we are confident that our efforts to support Taiwan's self-defense capabilities, including through security assistance, strengthening societal and supply chain resilience, and promoting defense industrial cooperation, will achieve the goal of peace. However, to succeed, we need a whole of society effort and especially help from you, the entrepreneurs that drive Taiwan's innovation and economic prosperity. The peace we secured over the past 45 years enabled Taiwan to emerge as a model democracy and an economy that is the envy of the world. I am confident that working together, we can realize another 45 years of prosperity that will benefit the peoples of the United States and Taiwan and the world. 谢谢大家。